Hello everyone, this is Alexandria, or MystieGaming as I was previously known, and welcome to the second movie of the Reborn Archeology series where we bring dinosaurs back from extinction. So please enjoy the video and have a great time. It's like, what, episode 4 or 5 and we haven't gotten any dinosaurs, and that's my bad. But that is what we are going to focus on today. But first, there's a couple things I wanna do for kind of quality of life. The first is get a refined storage system because all of my chests are overflowing and it's just gonna make my life a lot easier. Second is apparently all of my waypoints on Journey Map got deleted, which is so fun. So the second thing we're going to do is go and fix that and fly around and hopefully try and find everything that I had waypointed. And then we are going to go to our lab, look at all of the dinosaurs that we have, all of the DNAs, and kind of evaluate where or what our first dinosaur is going to be. Now, I have a couple in mind that I would like to do because I've been doing some creative kind of park planning. But that's what's on the agenda today, and on top of all of that, I would also, bare minimum, like to get some of the wool outlines I have in my creative world over into this world so that you guys can kind of start to see how this park is going to shape up. But first things first, I know I said we were going to do refined storage first, but I really want to get my map all sorted so that if I need to go get resources, I can. So, first one we're going to need is home. And I have been meaning to move that one anyway. And then we're going to have to do one down at the mine. Okay, and I like to do one at the mine entrance. And way down at the bottom of the mine at the, mine bottom, I guess. That's not a very creative name. But now we can just teleport right back home, and that's super nice and efficient. The next ones I want to do are kind of down here. So down here is our guardian farm and our iron farm. I can't remember if I ever showed that to y'all or if I just did it in between episodes. It's been a hot minute since I've recorded anything. But over here also I am kind of making a squid farm, but I don't know why I'm making the squid farm anymore. But I've kind of committed and drained a lot of water, so I'm gonna finish it. And I would like a waypoint down there. So let's fly over there. So here we are at the iron farm. It is a super efficient iron farm. Hold on, how do I, there we go. We can do it this way. And it is right over our guardian farm, so I can AFK them at the same time. So we have 59 iron blocks, and I haven't AFK'd this much at all. And I did switch out storage drawers and iron chests for sophisticated storage. Just because it's kind of an all-in-one mod, and I do actually like it a bit more. And it's like we have sophisticated backpacks, and they're made by the same author and kind of use similar like concepts. So I figured it would be a lot better for the mod pack. And of course, down here is our guardian farm. So let's go up here and waypoint the AFK platform. Let's see. Can I get in here? I can. Okay. I would like all of these to remain on, please. So iron and guardian farm. Save. Oh, I guess the really difficult part is going to be all of our nether waypoints that I had. So I need to go going this way? Yes, okay. Okay, and this is our squid farm. That may or may not end up working, but we might be able to use this area for something else in the future. And I'm just gonna waypoint it like over here. There we go. Now let's head home and then go do all of our nether ones. Where's my nether portal? It is here. I forgot that I moved it. I feel like we need to find a more permanent spot for this at some point. Oh, hello, trader llamas. I don't think you're supposed to be in here. Okay. And then there we go. Nether portal. And then I need to figure out where the guardian, I think this is it. That's gonna be a pain to get to. So I will meet y'all there. Aha, there it is. This is the top of it, at least. We have to get all the way down to the collection system, which I think I've changed since the last time I showed it to y'all. Let's see, how do I get in here? Oh, okay. So it's essentially just this really cool kind of minecart system and an auto sorter. So let me make a waypoint. Where is it? Okay, there it is. And then this is the actual storage system. And unfortunately, I originally had storage drawers down here. And when you remove a mod, hopefully it won't break your world. And it didn't. But it did delete everything in the storage drawers, and I didn't have the forethought to take everything out. So we don't have as much guardian things as we used to, but we do know where the guardian collection is again. So that should be very helpful. And I think that's all the important waypoints that I had. So let's head back and get working on refined storage. Now, if you don't know what refined storage is, it's very similar to applied energistics in that it is a storage mod and it essentially holds all of your blocks, and all of this and all of my chests out there are gonna get reduced to literally 3 blocks worth of space, and it's gonna be pretty amazing. And I build these almost every series I play with or I play through because honestly it's just such a huge quality of life thing. I can't live without it now. And you'll see why in a few minutes, and I think I'm just gonna do this off camera because it's super tedious. You have to craft a lot of random bits, and I'll probably post a tutorial showing you kind of the basic system, but I don't want to take up too much time with it in this episode, so let's go get that built. And just like that, the refined storage system is done. Like I said, all of those chests out here and pretty much all of my storage in here has been condensed down into these 3 blocks. And I had 23,000 items, guys. I promise I'm not a hoarder, I swear. And then I also decided to upgrade our furnaces, so now they run on RF power, and they're like super cool and super fast. Let me see if I have something I can smelt to show y'all. Like it just splits them all and then it smelts everything super quickly. But now I want to process through all the fossils I found in between episodes and all the fossils we found last time, because digging out this river, I found so many fossils, and I already started processing a lot of them down, but look at my backpack. We have so many fossils to process. And to do that, I need a lot more storage discs. So that's the first thing we're gonna craft. Okay, I want to get a stack of them if that's possible. Oh, perfect. Okay, because these are super useful, and I have a full tutorial on my channel on how to go through the Jurassic Reborn process because it's super complex, and I think I explained it some in the last episode, but I am going to use this lab. I think I arranged it a bit differently to both process through the fossils and archaeology fossils, which super simple, and process through literally all of these fossils. And I might have to start automating some stuff because, oh my goodness, this just takes forever. And this is part of the reason that I wanted to get all these DNA discs, because the DNA extractor, it's really slow, but it gives us so many high quality dinosaur DNAs. And like we have so many incomplete discs because of it, which is super exciting. And we actually have two 100% discs. So I'm just going to get to processing all of this. It's going to take me, I don't want to even think about how long it's going to take me, but then we can figure out which dinosaurs we have and which ones we can create an enclosure for. So I completed processing through all of our raw resources, and we did get a dinosaur in both the Fossils and Archaeology mod and the Jurassic Reborn mod, which was the goal. So our very first dinosaur is going to be the Pachycephalosaurus, which I am so excited about, and I've started planning out where the pathway is going to be in this survival world, and I was messing around a little bit here with what the pathway could potentially be, but I kind of gave up and then went into creative mode and designed a really, really good one. So in creative, I do have outlines of where I want all of the enclosures to be. So our Pachycephalosaurus enclosure is actually going to be way back here in our park. I believe it's going to be here, or potentially here. There's like two enclosures that go right here, and one of them is the Pachycephalosaurus. So I would actually like to, one, we have to finish processing the DNA, and while that is happening, I would like to build out this pathway so that we have a clear way to get to our dinosaurs, and we know once and for all like what the area around it is going to look like and what we can do to design this enclosure. So I am going to get right on that. So, like I said, I hopped over into a creative world and started working on our pathway designs. And honestly, the one I originally had when I recorded that clip, I ended up hating. So, as all good Minecraft YouTubers do, I consulted Pinterest. And Pinterest I found a variant of this, and I adapted it slightly to fit our needs, and this is what I came up with, and I kind of love it. Obviously we might add some like I forgot that I was in creative mode. Obviously we're gonna add like some wear and tear on these paths potentially, and all of that, but I like the bushy leaves. It still leaves plenty of room for you to kind of like see the enclosures, and it's pretty but simple, so it can kind of like hide in the background. And yes, you are getting a few spoilers for some of our future enclosures, but like I said, the one we are going to build is way over there. So in the meantime, I'm going to get working on this pathing, and hopefully, y'all will get a lovely little montage of me building the paths, and then we'll jump in and talk a bit more about the Pachycephalosaurus enclosure. One more thing. So these lamps, I love using them, and I love just putting a daylight sensor and switching it to this night mode. So when it turns night, all of them sense it at once, and then all of the lights turn on, and I just love it. But I'm gonna go build this in survival now. Okay, so I have mostly finished the path. I have run out of spruce wood, unfortunately, and our little botany pots are just working around in the background because I'm working way over there currently, and I don't think this building is loaded. But I'm so happy with how it's come out so far. It's like the perfect kind of really pretty but subtle vibes I was hoping for. Um, and all of the lights, they're on daylight sensors. So they come on at night all on their own. Um, but I just love it, and it's really long, and it took me forever. And as you can see down here is kind of the more incomplete part because I was running out of resources. Let's be honest. But this is going to be our Pachycephalosaurus enclosure. And I know I originally said that this was going to be split down the middle into two different enclosures, but I think that I'm just going to make it the Pachycephalosaurus enclosure because I want to have a lot of them. And I know we only have one fossils and archaeology one at the moment, but I would like to have 2 or 3 in their enclosure. So it's going to be split like roughly down the middle, or maybe that way, I haven't decided yet, between the Jurassic Reborn ones, which are based off of the movies, and Fossils and Archaeology, which is based off of like paleontology. And I have absolutely no designs whatsoever for this enclosure. For fossils and archaeology, we have a bit more kind of wiggle room with the blocks we can use. But for Jurassic Reborn, there are very, very specific blocks that I need to use because otherwise they will break out. So we have a couple options though. We can use any of these kind of reinforced blocks, or we can use the security fences. I think I'm gonna design the fossils and archaeology side first, and maybe like kind of see how the fences look up against like our pathway design. So I don't know. I feel like I just have to tinker around and play with it a little bit. I'm definitely gonna have to clear it out and do a whole lot of terraforming so our creatures can be safe. But I want to show you the process for how to actually get dinosaurs from the embryo or unhatched. I don't even remember what stage they are at in our lab. I think our reborn ones are at the disc stage. Where did I put them? I put them in here. Yes. So, as always, fossils and archaeology is a bit easier. It just goes in this culture vat, and I believe the quests give us biogoo at some point. Yes, they did. So you put it in here. Where did I put it? Aha. You put it in here with some biogoo, which isn't that hard to craft. You just need an egg, some rotten flesh, some wheat, and some milk. So nothing terrible. And you put it, in here, and it's just gonna go through, and it has a chance of failing, which is the really scary bit, and it has this chance of like exploding and turning into like a gooey monster of different sorts. But I think it's gonna be okay. Now, for Jurassic Reborn, let me remember exactly what I need to do. We've done that. We need to put it in the synthesizer with this and these DNA nucleotides, which you get from just smelting a water bottle. It's super simple. And you have to be careful because this disc will it can make infinite number of Pachycephalosauruses, so I'm only going to put in 2, and that's going to take absolutely forever. So I'll bring y'all back once this is done. But then we're going to put it in the embryonic machine, which is going to essentially, with a syringe, and insert it into an egg. And then, we're not done yet, we have to put it in an incubator, if it hatches from an egg. and we have to put peat moss down here, and this kind of controls the gender. And then we have to let it hatch in the incubator. And if it doesn't go into an egg, it essentially gets put in the cultivator, like with fossils. So I'm just going to work through that process and maybe show you a couple clips. I really hope the last montage turned out okay, because I did not record as many clips as I wanted to. But ooh, you can see all the lights on. Oh, I love it. It's so pretty. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna stop getting distracted, and I am gonna focus. We gotta put those focus brain cells on, and I'm gonna work through this. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we have the eggs, and we actually had to do synthesizer, embryonic machine, and then embryo calcification machine. But now we get to put them in the incubator, and we need, where is it? There it is, peat moss to do it. And you need 1 peat moss per dinosaur or per machine run. Oh, I can't exactly remember, but you put it down here. And you set the gender. One of them's male, one of them's female, the middle's random. I don't remember which, but I do have a tutorial on my channel that goes through this entire process. And now it's just gonna take forever. And yes, I did get the right thing. And you actually get this from crafting it with moss, and then with this recipe, so it's not super terrible. It's not the best. But our Pachycephalosaurus from Fossils and Archaeology is also done. Look at that. And I added this new advancement mod that just makes it so much better. The little, like, icon. And, oh my goodness. We have so many advancements that we could do. But I'm gonna wait for these to cultivate, and then we're gonna do some planning for our potential enclosures. So I am over here in my creative copy of the world. You see there's a lot of like kind of wool outlines and waypoints everywhere, but I wanted to show you kind of what I do in creative. So I make a little small mock like enclosure just to see what I want, like what type of walls, what block palette I want to use. As you can see, I've kind of built a little mini path segment, just to like see what it would look like from the viewer's standpoint and the park visitor standpoint. And I came up with this, and I also tested to make sure that the dinosaurs couldn't escape, which is really important because some dinosaurs can jump really high, others can climb walls, others can break blocks, and I was unsure if the Jurassic Reborn ones were going to be able to break out of this. So I made a little enclosure and just sat and watched the dinosaur for a little bit, and it couldn't get out, thankfully. So let's go like build this over in the survival world, because I really wanted it to be kind of basic, but still like be something. So let's hope it turns out good in the survival world. We are back over in the survival world, and I'm taking a look at where our pathways ended up landing in this world, because they're not exact copies of each other. I'm playing on a Forge world, which means I don't have access to like Matica or Replay mod, which is so sad from like a viewer standpoint, because I know my videos can't have those cool time lapses. But it also means that I'm not exactly duplicating anything, as I'm sure y'all saw. It's only like vague plans over there in my creative world. But now that I'm over here, I think that I want to bring this terrain down to, I think, like this level, so that as like the path, you're like as like a park person, you're like looking down into the enclosure. And that's going to require a lot of terraforming. I mean, I already knew this area was going to need a lot. Thankfully on this end, it doesn't look like I'm going to have to do much. I do have a plan for how to kind of fill in this side of the enclosure without making it just ugly. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of make it like really steep walls and not necessarily have the fences on this side, and just kind of have the viewer fence. So we'll see how that goes, because I think that this side is for the most part tall enough where I don't have to worry about the creatures jumping out. And of course we're gonna see as I start building and really kind of destroying a lot of this terrain. Unfortunately, most of this beautiful cherry biome is not going to be here. But in areas like this, maybe I don't bring it down. I don't know. I'm just going to get building. Hopefully it'll turn into a nice montage. Full transparency, I have been recording this episode since February. It is now almost May. I've just been really busy IRL. I mean, what's new? So I've only been able to like hop on, record a few clips, and then hop off. So I hope it comes together all in the end. But I hope you enjoy the hopefully fully edited montage you're about to see. So, I have a little bit of a progress update for you guys. I have finished the enclosure walls, and I like how simple they are, and I like that they're different from our pathways. Partially because I keep running out of spruce, because spruce trapdoors are expensive. They, like, literally have bankrupted me, spruce-wise. And I've been slowly running out of resources for the lamps as well, as you can see. But we have this. This is where we are. The interior is not done at all. I really wanted to focus on getting the walls in so I could finish the paths and kind of really fill those out. But I do want to have some type of water stream or something going through here. And I'm thinking about making a little pond thing in these little rivets down here, because the reborn creatures actually do need water as a requirement, unlike the fossils and archaeology creatures who just need food. But I also didn't want them to be able to see each other on the off chance that they're aggressive towards each other. So I kind of put this thicker wall through, and I think this is going to be the fossils and archaeology side, and this is going to be the reborn side, but that's still up in the air. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish off this little pathing thing, and I'm going to get at least the water bit in so we have a little bit more of an idea of what kind of like trees and what kind of foliage we can put in here. Based on my creative testing, it looks like they lived in North America. So maybe some spruce trees, maybe we tone back on the pink flowers a little bit. But I don't really know. I'm kind of hoping to spawn them in and get like their food and stuff in, and then start building like the decorations around them so that they can be growing up as we are building. But I'm gonna get to work. A lot has happened since I last recorded on this world, and that is because I was taking my final exams and moving dorms into summer housing. So let's get you all caught up. So I kept running out of resources when I was trying to finish our enclosures and our pathways over there, which I will show you in a second. So I redid our little barn area, and I think it's super cute, and there's all of the different saplings and everything that we were growing beforehand, and this cute little kind of area with a bunch of our workbenches that were just scattered around everywhere previously. And you might be wondering, Misty, where are you supposed to pick up all these items? They're just going on these hoppers to nowhere. Well, downstairs in the basement is where everything is, and it's set up with a sophisticated storage controller, and there is so much more space for different items if we would like to farm them. Our villagers are out of the way. We even have a little bone meal machine for all of the extra crops and flowers and everything that we have from AFKing for spruce wood specifically, which we have a lot of now, and I don't think I'm going to be running out of any more of it anytime soon, thankfully. But I kind of just wanted to play Minecraft, and I didn't want to AFK, and I couldn't record, so I just sat and I built and I decorated, and it was so cozy, and it made me fall in love with playing Minecraft again, which was definitely what I needed. So I just think this is such a cute area now. And then back in our house, I have made some minor changes to kind of the kitchen area. As you can see, we have more Farmer's Delight stuff because I wanna eat some cool things that aren't golden carrots. So I want to start making baked cod stew and hamburgers because those are both really, really good foods that I have the items for. So that's what this setup is for. And the final kind of big thing that I did is I went on a super long mining trip, and I got us a bunch of stuff, which is currently in my backpack. I probably mined for about an hour or two, and I got so many materials. So let's break this down and see what the final count is with our fortune pickaxe, and then I'll bring you back. Now that was a very prosperous mining trip, especially for fossils. We got 42 biofossils, loads of just kind of misc ones, all of the Jurassic Reborn ones, and just so much more. But that is enough procrastinating and kind of playing about. Let's get to why you are here in the first place and spawn in our very first dinosaurs. Now, I just have to remember where I put them, and we have a male and a female Pachycephalosaurus, and where is it? A Pachycephalosaurus egg. Oh my goodness, I am so excited. Let's head over to our enclosure. Oh, before we do, there's something we have to do. We need to be able to feed our dinosaurs. So let's go and craft some feeders. So this is the one from Fossils and Archeology, and I'm gonna craft, let's say 4 of them. And then this is the Jurassic Reborn one, and I'm actually not gonna craft that many. I'm only gonna craft 2 because I'm actually going to turn off dinosaur metabolism for this mod because it's currently very glitchy and dinosaurs will starve to death. And you essentially do that by just doing /game rule dino metabolism false. And it'll just be false for this Minecraft world, but it's super glitchy right now, and I don't want to risk any of my dinosaurs just starving to death on me. Now, I think this is going to be our Jurassic Reborn one, so let's head in here. I realize now that I did not actually bring any food, and I think I'm going to put one of the feeders like down here, and another one up back here so that the dinosaurs can have a little bit of privacy. And oh, it's time. It's time. Okay, you're gonna have to leave all of your name suggestions in the comments. Oh, wait, not quite time yet. Hold on. I need to claim the rewards for this quest because it includes a paleo pad. Oh, and some food. Perfect. Both of them. Where Okay, I need to grab my Dinopedia. I will be right back. Okay, I have everything that I need now, and I will show you what these two do in just a second. But let's place down our eggs. 1, 2. Oh my gosh, they look so cool. Oh, and they're swimming. So the Paleopad essentially lets you see all of your dinosaur stats. So this is the female, the gray one. And this brown one must be the male then. Yes. Oh my goodness, you absolutely have to put your name suggestions in the comments. And I'm gonna put wheat on the green side since it is the herbivore side. Oh my goodness, our very first dinosaurs. This is so exciting. Oh, they're so tiny and they're so cute. Oh my goodness. Oh, just so cute. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's hatch our Pachycephalosaurus, who's gonna be all lonely for now, unless I can get one in those fossils. And I think I'm gonna stick a feeder here. One maybe over here, one over here. Well, no, I don't want it to be against the tree. One there, and one... Ooh, I want to put one up here, but maybe right there? And I have to remove that. Okay. So... Oh, that's not going to fill up much at all. So this is what the Fossils and Archaeology feeder looks like. I like it a lot more than the Jurassic Reborn one. So essentially you have like 3 slots for each kind of food, and you just put the food in here and it'll fill it up with just herbivore or carnivore or piscivore food, and it's so nice. But, oh my goodness. Oh no, I do have torches. Let's hatch this little Pachycephalosaurus. So this mod actually places down an egg, and you have to keep the egg warm like this for it to hatch. And oh my goodness, this is like a big egg. But I am gonna start filling up the feeders. This is actually going really fast. I will wait to fill up the feeders and do that in between episodes. And we're just gonna sit here and watch this little egg hatch. It's shaking. That's how you know it's about to hatch. Okay, 95%. It's almost there. Oh my goodness. I wonder if we'll get a male or a female. Oh my goodness, it's so big. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. Its head kind of looks like a dragon head. I'm not gonna lie. But let's see. Okay, so we have a female, and you can see all of their health stats with the Dinopedia from Fossils and Archaeology. And we have a lovely little herbivore. Oh my goodness. Oh. I know I'm doing both Fossils and Archaeology and Jurassic Reborn, but I just love these models. Oh, I have to feed it to tame it. Hold on. Oh, she's already tamed. Perfect. And it looks like there's a max population of 4, so that's how many we're gonna have in here. For the Fossils and Archaeology settings, I have dinosaur block breaking turned off and dinosaur breeding, just because I want to be able to build a beautiful park without having to worry about my dinosaurs escaping or only using iron blocks. So yeah, and we can take these torches back. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. Our very first dinosaurs. Oh my goodness, it's sleeping. Oh, she's so pretty. Oh my goodness. Oh. Let's see what the other ones look like sleeping. Let's see. Where did they go? And it is winter time right now, and that is why everything is frozen. Oh, there's a hamster. You're not a dinosaur. Where are my sweet dinosaur babies? Oh, there's one. Oh my goodness. He's not sleeping though. Where's the female? Oh, there she is. Oh my goodness. Honestly, I know these are really small right now, but I think they end up getting bigger than the Pachycephalosaurus from Fossils in Archaeology. But I love that they are just here and wandering about. And oh my goodness, this hamster. That was a visual glitch. This hamster is so cute, too. We have to get ourselves a little hamster army at some point. But with that being said, I am, like, way out of time for this episode. So if you watched all the way to the end, thank you so much. I am so appreciative of you. And if you liked the video, please leave a like and a comment. And please consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching till the end, and I can't wait to see you in my next episode. Have a great day. Bye! Hello everyone, this is MystieGaming, and welcome back to another episode of Reborn Archeology. First things first, let's check up on the cute little baby dinosaurs we spawned in last time. Our Fossils in Archaeology Pachycephalosaurus has gotten a little bit bigger. Oh my goodness! Too cute. Just too cute. I have been... Okay. Okay, our Pachycephalosaurus right here is now 2 days old, which makes sense because I have been doing some building over there. And these guys, oh look, there's one. Oh my goodness, they look a little bit bigger, just a little bit, but they also started out really small. Okay. And as of recording this episode, I have not gotten any name suggestions, so the Pachycephalosauruses need to be named. Okay, these also look like they're 2 days old. Oh my goodness. I tried to I filled in like the beams so we no longer have a floating pathway in between episodes, and I was hoping that would get our dinosaurs to be a little bit bigger, but apparently not. Oh, there's the other guy. How old are you? If I can... they're so hard to click on. Okay, he's 3 days, or she is 3 days old. So this must have been like partially loaded while I was building over here, but we have these beams in now, and I think they look really good. But now that we've checked in on our dinosaurs, the first thing I actually want to do today is visitor focused. And over here, at the other side of our Pachycephalosaurus enclosure, that is a mouthful. These guys need names so that I don't have to say Pachycephalosaurus every time I talk about them. But I want to build a platform out here that's kind of going to act as a little, like, restaurant area and kind of like visitor rest area. So I'm thinking maybe a cute little like restaurant with some chairs, and then maybe like some stalls selling like little bits and bobs, maybe some stuffed animals, maybe some fossils, because I have an idea, and if y'all don't like it, we can remove it in between episodes, but I have really been struggling to find fossils from Fossils in Archaeology because the fossil spawn rate for the Reborn Archaeology fossils, or the Jurassic Reborn fossils, are so high. So I added this little shop mod that adds a creative shop that I can like set all the prices and stuff in creative mode, and then once I go back in survival, I can't edit it anymore. And I would like to have a little stall selling the fossils, and I think I'm gonna do 10 diamonds for 32 fossils. That way, like, I still have to go and mine, and I'm still gonna be mining for the Reborn fossils, but I'm not spending my entire time mining, so that I can get these episodes out to y'all just a little bit quicker, which y'all know I already struggle with getting these episodes out in a reasonable time frame. If you know, you know. But I'm I'm gonna build out a little platform first so we can kind of see like the area that we're working with, because we are gonna have enclosures like down in this area as well, and even like a smaller one like right around here, I think. So I really think this is just gonna be like a little itty bitty like kind of platform kind of courtyard area. I don't really know. I'm gonna start kind of laying out an outline and figuring out what materials I want to build the actual platform out of, and I'll bring y'all back. And just a little update, I have built out the platform out of oak wood, believe it or not. I was originally going to do stone, but I figured since we have stone for the pathways, let's do something different. And I found this really cool chipped design that kind of reminds me of like bamboo almost, and something that I would see at my local zoo. So I thought it was just perfect, and it's turning out great. And I also just went ahead and added fences because I know myself, I'm clumsy. I'm gonna fall off. And I have marked out the area where I think I want like a little restaurant to be, and then our little fossil shop is going to be one of these, and I think the other is going to be like an information desk with maybe some maps of the zoo or something that's being sold. So I'm going to keep working on this, and oh, the other thing I want is a lot of like little chairs and benches to just kind of act as a little like stop-in area and rest area, because at this point, even though we only have one enclosure, they will have walked quite a decent bit, depending on where our entrance is as well, because I haven't decided that either. So I think this is just going to be the perfect little area. So I have finished our little shopping area, and I think it looks so cute with the tables and the little shops, and oh my goodness. So we have Omnivore's Paradise, which I don't have any glow ink stacks, and hopefully eventually I'll get some and I'll use them on here, but it pretty much sells like salad and water and some burgers, and there's like a little kitchen back here, and I think it's so cute. And obviously I tried to have a lot of seating areas, and there's gonna be a view over here to the enclosure that's gonna be down here. And then we have this cute little plushie shop, which is just too cute, and there's so many more. But it is time for us to set up our creative shops for the fossils. So we are going to hop over into creative mode. That's not how that works. That's how that works. And we're going to go and grab a creative shop. And then we're gonna need biofossils. And the nice thing about the creative shop is that it doesn't require any stock, so it's just gonna have unlimited stock for me, and I'm never gonna have to go in creative again to like refill it. And then some diamonds for the price, and I said 10 diamonds for 32. So we're gonna put down 3 shops kind of right here. And then I'm going to right click once to set the price, and then right click again to set the item. And then now we're selling all 3 types of fossils indefinitely. And is it gonna look better? No, because eventually I maybe want to install a mod that's gonna let us have like either real players or fake players, or maybe we'll do villagers, just kind of like manning these shops so that there's a little bit more life in our park. But let's remove all of this from our inventory and hop out of creative, survival, and then now I didn't bring my diamonds with me. Hold on. Now we're gonna spend all of my diamonds on fossils so that I don't have to waste all my time mining. And if y'all end up like saying that this is cheating, or y'all think this is going a bit too far, just let me know in the comments, and this is something that's pretty easily reversible. Okay, so I have 119 diamonds. I don't want to use all of these, but I wanna get a certain DNA, and I don't want to spoil it quite yet, because if we don't get it, we don't get it. But I'm pretty sure it comes from biofossils. So now all I have to do is I come and purchase it. And I think I'm going to do 2 stacks. And then I also want to get a stack of these. And I think that's enough diamonds spent for now. But if y'all have better names for the shops, or if y'all want to name either of these 2 shops, or like thoughts on these little creative shops, like should I raise the prices, should I lower the prices, all of that information, like just leave it down in the comments. I really want to hear from y'all. But we have like this beautiful little area. So let's go and back to our lab, and we're gonna break all of these down and see what DNAs we get, and hopefully it's gonna be some really good ones. Okay, and I don't know if I've shown the lab on camera yet, but I did rearrange it in between episodes, and I think it just fits a lot better than it did beforehand. Like, there's not wires coming down in the middle anymore. So okay, I'm gonna do a stack and half a stack in each of these, and these are just going to analyze, and I'm going to take all of this stuff out of here so we can see exactly what we get. And let's just do a little time lapse of it. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, so many DNAs. Okay. Brachiosaurus. Okay, okay. Oh, Leoplaridon. That one could be a fun one to do. Oh my goodness. Velociraptor. Megalania. Fox. Oh, axolotl DNA. Okay. And then this one, we got some T-Rex DNA. More Brachiosaurus DNA. Okay. Another Leoplaridon. Okay, okay, okay. Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna take a look at all of our fossils' DNAs and what we have completed for Jurassic Reborn, because that mining trip I did in between episodes actually yielded us a couple more 100% discs, which is super exciting. So I'm just going to sort through it all and see what our options are. So I did end up going and buying another stack of the tar fossils, because I realized that is what the dinosaur I really wanted to do came from Fossils and Archaeology, and we got it. So we are going to be doing the Megalodon enclosure, as I'm sure y'all know from the thumbnail this episode, and I'm really excited because I wanted to do a sea creature. So I actually have like where a lot of the enclosures are gonna go kind of like outlined in creative, and this one is gonna go over here, which is gonna be perfect because we're just like slowly building out this entire area. And I'm so excited. So I'm gonna take a second to go gather a lot of glass and a lot of whatever other resources I need. Speaking of glass, I did end up creating fire seeds from Mystical Agriculture so that I could use them to create sand with our dirt seeds, because I ran out of sand for something that I was building over here. I don't actually remember what I needed the glass or the sand for. Oh, it was to craft these trash cans. But all of that being said, let's get to resource gathering for our very, very first enclosure for this episode. I don't know why I said it like that. Our first enclosure was the Pachycephalosauruses, and they keep getting stuck in this corner. So, but they have gotten bigger. They've gotten so big. This one especially, like, this guy is huge. Reminder that we still need names. We have 2 females and a male. So leave your name suggestions in the comments and your suggestions for the Megalodon. So it's the next day, and I just did some math about how much glass we need for this enclosure. And we need 247 stacks of glass, or roughly 15,800 glass. So we're gonna upgrade some botany pots. So I'm actually gonna switch these because we have plenty of spruce wood right now, and this is an elite hopper botany pot, so it works faster, and it only has tertium. I should have some supremium, which will make it go even faster, because I don't know about y'all, but I don't feel like mining that much glass. Mystical. Okay, I do have some supremium essence. And we're gonna turn that into farmland. And then I would like to go to botany. And is there like an upgrade, or do I just have to remake it? Okay. I do. Oh, okay. I can just upgrade it. Okay. Let's go grab. I'm also gonna upgrade the dirt one, and then we can just move whatever we need in particular. Oh, that went down into the system. To the pot with the supremium and the elite upgrade, because oh my gosh, we're gonna need a lot of resources for some of these builds, because usually what I do for the sea creatures, especially the big ones, is I just find a big body of water and like terraform the water and make that into an enclosure. But since we don't have any good massive bodies of water around where our park is going to be, we don't have that option. So we're going to be making lots of big glass enclosures, which is a good thing because it's going to look really cool. It's just going to be expensive. So I need to get some iron blocks like that, and then upgrade it. And how many ender pearls do we actually... Oh! When did I get that many ender pearls? Okay, and then I need to turn this supremium into... So I need this, and this, and a hoe. Yes! Okay, so we have 2 supremium farmland, and that was probably a huge waste of supremium essence. But you know what? It's okay. Okay, so we're gonna put this guy back right here with the supremium and the dirt seeds. And we're gonna give this guy some supremium farmland. And hopefully that will speed this up a lot, because I did some more math, which, like, I know I'm doing a lot of math, okay? I made sure I talked to my brother, who's a math whiz, and he checked my math, and we're all good. But we need roughly 31 stacks, or 2,000 items of each of these to get the amount of sand we need. Plus all the iron we're gonna need, but I'm less worried about the iron because we have 2 iron farms. So I'm gonna AFK, and I'm also gonna go and collect the other bits and bobs we need, because I'm also gonna be using some stone bricks, and I need roughly 10 stacks of stone bricks and 10 stacks of stone brick stairs. And then I'm also gonna need, I put 6 stacks of polished andesite, but I might need more or less than that. I didn't really do much math on that one. So I'm gonna work through collecting all of that, which is just so much fun, and y'all get to skip it and just go straight into the next clip where I will have all the resources, hopefully. So, I have been doing a little bit of work while I have been waiting for the sand to mine, and essentially I flattened out the entire area we were going to be using for this enclosure, and then some because we're also going to have an enclosure over here. But as I'm mining out and like getting everything done, I'm realizing that some of my measurements are off, just like by a block or so. So each one of these, like the long ones, are supposed to be 28 blocks. And something got messed up somewhere, so I'm gonna try and redo it, and hopefully I'll get it all figured out. And if not, is it really gonna be that noticeable? But it's been probably a couple hours since I last recorded, and I did install FTB chunks so that I could chunk load like my farms while I was working. So my Guardian and Iron farm is chunk loaded, and this farm is chunk loaded. And I've kind of, like, I was so bored just hanging out waiting for the sand. So I, like, tinkered around and I redecorated, and I realized there was no need to be wasting all of these barrels with flowers. So I have them in these smaller ones now, and I put upgrades in a bunch of them, and it's just been going good. And I've also automated stone and quartz simply because I want to use polished tuff in this build, and I couldn't find, not tough, andesite. I wanted to use polished andesite in this build, and I could not find andesite anywhere. But we can craft it with 4 stone essence and another quartz essence. But oh my goodness, we actually have enough dirt essence, and I'm sure the fire essence is going to catch up soon. So I'm just going to keep working, and hopefully y'all are going to see a little montage of me building it so I can bring you back when it's done. I have finished building the exterior of the enclosure, and I think it looks absolutely amazing. I really tried to make it look super, super reinforced, and I also went ahead and put the sand in the bottom because I figured that would be a lot easier to do before the water was in here, which is my next step, along with adding some decorations. So I'm thinking I'm going to be using a lot of sea pickles and bone mealing the ground a lot, and I want to put like some really tall kelp in here. And as you can see, I've also planned out where the pathways are going to be for this area. Oh, wrong button. I meant to press H, not J. Because I want it to like come down, and I want to have 2 pathways because we're going to have another really big sea enclosure over here. And then I was thinking maybe we could do some trees in the middle, and I also want to put them a couple blocks up because I needed to add all of this extra stuff on the bottom to help it look super reinforced. So that means if I put the pathways on the ground, nobody would be able to see anything. And I'm also really hoping that the megalodons are going to stick kind of like towards the top and be swimming around up there. And then I want the pathway to wrap around to like this optional little pathway that goes through kind of here to get a view of the megalodons from this angle up here, which I am definitely going to finish this pathway between episodes because I really want to get this enclosure done. So I am going to start filling this with water, which I'm assuming is going to take me a hot minute. So I will bring you guys back when I am done, and Oh my goodness, mobs are spawning everywhere. I gotta get this thing filled with water. Okay, so I've just about finished the enclosure, so I came over here to process our megalodons through to their final stages so we can hatch them. And oh my goodness, I forgot how cool the cultivator from Jurassic Reborn looks. It literally like grows the dinosaur in there. So we have one megalodon going in. I'm gonna make two of each of them because I had two DNAs from fossils in archaeology. Oh, and perfect! We have our megalodon, but I don't actually know how many will like play nice with one another in the enclosures that I've built. So we might just spawn in one and then see what their max population is before spawning in the second one. And I think I need some more water in here. But look, it just grows from super tiny and it gets bigger as the creature gets bigger, which I think is such a cool little thing to add. And Fossils in Archaeology has it a little bit. It has like a little, it almost looks like a maggot growing in there, which is, it's not that gross. It's kind of cute, but I wish I would have gotten it on camera. So I'm gonna finish, I'll wait for this guy to get completely grown, and then we'll head over to the enclosure so that you can see how awesome it is, because it has taken me absolutely forever to build and then fill with water. Honestly, filling it with water took me just as long as building it, but I don't want to talk about that. I just finished adding the final feeders and filling them up, and this is our enclosure, and it looks absolutely amazing. I love it so much. Like I said in that clip before, I really wanted to make it look like this massive reinforced tank. So let's spawn in one of each megalodon, and the good thing is that these are going to spawn immediately. Now this side is going to be the Jurassic Reborn side, and since they don't actually eat right now, since I turned that off, I only put 2 feeders, but I did fill them up all the way because that felt like a fair trade-off. So let's get in here and spawn this little baby in. And the decorations, I know they're kind of sparse, but I'm assuming the megalodons lived in like the deep ocean. So like I went for some kelp and like the sea pickles to light it up because it was really dark in here, and the seagrass obviously. But oh my goodness, it's so fat. Hold on. It's fat and mean. Okay, so that one's a female. I think I saw that. And you know what? We're just gonna put 2 in, and if they kill each other, they kill each other. And this one is a male. Okay, a male and a female. That's perfect. That's perfect. That's perfect. Let me out. Okay. They're in there, and oh my gosh, they're so big already, and they're babies. So hopefully we will forever have 2 megalodons in this enclosure, and if not, that's okay too. But look at them swimming around in there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, the swimming animations, like the last time I played this mod, it was in an ancient version of Minecraft before the aquatics update, and oh, the swimming looks so much better. Now, let's see what the Fossils in Archaeology Megalodon looks like, and I just kind of put these floating little like bobbers in there. I probably should, you know what, I do want to do that. I would like to attach them with chains to the ground, and I totally meant to do that before I started recording, but I'm gonna do that real quick. Okay, so I just went and I crafted a stack of chains, so hopefully that will be enough. Because I don't actually know if we're going to be able to tame the Fossils in Archaeology Megalodon. I would assume it's what they consider a, oh, that would help if I actually, like, put that on the right level. I would assume it's one of their, oh my gosh, what do they call it? Apex predators that isn't able to be tamed except without the scarab gem. But I don't actually know for sure. And I do not think I have any scarab gems to test it out. I definitely don't have any aquatic ones. And oh my goodness, I should not try talking and placing. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, there we go. I'm not actually going to put chains on that one because it's in the kelp and you wouldn't be able to see it anyway, and I don't feel like going and crafting more chains. So let's go ahead and spawn these in, and I'm going to go down to the bottom so they don't suffocate. And I need to get my Dinopedia out. Oh my goodness, it's so cute! Okay, so it's untamed, and it's a male. Do I have, like, fish on me or food that I could feed it to see if it'll get tamed? Hold on. There's probably some extra fish in the feeder. Okay, there it is, there it is, there it is, there it is. Okay, don't think I can actually tame it. But there's one. And I'm gonna spawn in the other one up here. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. Okay, this one's a female, and it is also untamed. So we have a male and a female in each section. That's like actually perfect. Okay, let's go and see what they look like from out here. Oh my goodness, I love the addition of the chains, and you can see the megalodons swimming around. Oh my goodness, just wait until they get to the full size, because they're going to be massive, and it's going to look so good. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy with this enclosure. Y'all have no idea. Oh my gosh, it swims vertically. Oh my goodness. Okay, these both look epic. Oh my goodness. Definitely leave your name suggestions. We have 2 females and 2 males. And speaking of name suggestions, we did actually get a name suggestion for our Pachycephalosauruses. So Duder's Den, I really hope I'm saying your name right, suggested to name one of our Pachycephalosauruses Petunia. And I think that is the cutest name, so I think I'm gonna name this one Petunia, because I'm pretty sure it's a female. Yes. And I think the name Petunia just suits this model better than the models from the Reborn mod. So please leave your suggestions for the Pachycephalosauruses and the Megalodons in the comments section. And then I'm also going to release 2 shorts requesting names. So if yours doesn't get picked, it's probably because I picked another one from a short. And I will most likely release shorts naming the ones in the future. So keep an eye out for those, but we are going to name Petunia, and I'm gonna have to go buy a name tag and name it, so give me a second. And over here we are. Where is, oh my goodness. Here is Petunia, our Pachycephalosaurus. So cute. Oh, you know what I've completely forgotten about fossils and archaeology? It adds toys for the dinosaurs, which is just so much fun. So let's go to fossils and archaeology, and I think the balls are going to be the easiest thing to make on short notice. And I might make a scratching post for Petunia here, but I think the balls are the only things that the megalodons can use. So I'm gonna go craft up some things so we can give our dinosaurs some enrichment items. I just spawned in all of the toys and did all the things, and then I realized I wasn't recording. So I got 2 lime green toy balls for our megalodons so that they would just kind of pop out. They are kind of floating, so I don't know if they are actually gonna swim up here and play with them, but I am excited to see what they are going to do. And we also discovered that their maximum population is 15, which means in theory we could have 15 megalodons in one enclosure, which is just a little bit insane to me. So we're gonna stick with 2, and depending on how big they get, maybe add a 3rd. But our megalodons are just so happy hanging around. And then I named Petunia over here, which I think was in the last clip. And she has a little yellow toy ball, which she can play with whenever she wants, and we can actually also interact with them, which is really fun. And then I also made her these scratching posts, which she will just go up and randomly play with them in order to increase her happiness. But she is very, very happy right now. So she hasn't really been playing with them, and she's just been wandering around. But that is everything that I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching all the way through, and if you did, please leave some name suggestions in the comments, leave a like on the video, and consider subscribing. It really means the world to me that people hang around and watch me build a dinosaur park. But with that being said, I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye! Hello everyone, this is MystieGaming, and welcome back to another episode of Reborn Archeology. Hello everyone, MystieGaming from the future here to go over everything I did in between episodes, because I was essentially in this place where I could play a bunch of Minecraft, but I couldn't record. And I just updated Hamster Pets, so it's saying I'm missing the guidebook, even though I have it. But the first thing you probably noticed is in between episodes, I went netherite mining. We have a full set of netherite armor and almost a full set of tools. Now, the second biggest thing I did was plan out our entire park in the survival world. All of those pink boxes represent the different enclosures, including the ones we've already built and are going to build in this episode. And I also built all of the pathways between everything, which just took absolutely forever, I'm gonna be honest. And it was something really boring that y'all wouldn't have enjoyed watching. So I kind of tried to divide the area up into like sections. So down here are kind of our carnivores. We have semi-aquatics, a huge herbivore section. We also have like ice age type creatures, and then avians are kind of spread about throughout the park. The other thing I did was add some Cube.js recipes. So I added some recipes for leaves using mystical agriculture, primarily for the azalea leaves for the pathways, but it just felt like an oversight that mystical agriculture did not have recipes for azalea leaves. I also added a recipe for squid ink because, oh my gosh, when I say that I cannot find squid anywhere, at least regular squid, I mean it. They do not spawn. But glow squid do, so a glowing sack combined with black dye gives us an ink sack. So that was the other thing that I did, and downstairs I also revamped the whole barn again. So it's all beautiful and decorative up here, and then downstairs we have this massive area that has our villagers, all of our botany pots, including a bunch of new seeds. And I combined our sophisticated storage and refined storage systems so they now work together and read off each other. And now it's not working. Of course it's not working when I go to show y'all it. I'll fix that later, but essentially here are all the mystical agriculture seeds we're growing, all of the flowers and wood things, and then back here I just have a cable going to our refined storage system in there, and it looks like I am going to have to fix that in a little bit, but I believe that that is everything that I did in between episodes. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of this video. We get up to some really cool things. So you probably saw this from the title already, but we are going to be building the velociraptor enclosure. But I did want to pop over here real quick and not only get our velociraptors going, but show you all the DNAs that I was able to get in between episodes. There are so many. I also was able to get 2 additional Pachycephalosauruses, so we're gonna bring those in so that poor little Petunia is not by herself anymore. And then we got a decent chunk of 100% DNA discs for Jurassic Reborn. But that being said, let's head over to where we are building the Velociraptor enclosure. So it is right over here in this little like kind of view, and this area has a lot of kind of the raptor-like creatures. I believe this is the velociraptor enclosure. Yes, it is. And I feel like it might be a little bit small, so we might kind of expand it down this way. But since there's two of them, I really want to do the split enclosure like we've had. And I want one half, the Jurassic Reborn half, to be using the fences that the mod adds. So Jurassic fence. So there's these really cool multi-block fences that I just love. They're super cool looking. And I think I kind of want to have it like that dug down feel like in the movie. And then the fossils and archaeology velociraptors can climb walls. So whatever we have for them is going to have to include a roof. And I'm going to have to do some creative testing, but I hope we can just use something like chains to get that like really cool kind of mesh look on the top. So I'm going to experiment around a little bit in creative mode to just kind of like see what options we have, and what I like want to do, kind of like that process I showed you in 2 episodes ago with the Pachycephalosauruses. But obviously this area needs lots of terraforming, so I hope y'all enjoy the montage of me terraforming this area. So I have been working. I cleared out and flattened everything, and I've just been experimenting a little bit with our enclosure walls. So this side is going to be the fossils and archaeology side, and this side is going to be the Jurassic Reborn side. And the Jurassic Reborn velociraptors are massive compared to the fossils and archaeology ones, so it only makes sense that the fossils and archaeology ones enclosure is way smaller. But here is what we're going to do. So I have it a couple blocks down so that the viewers can kind of look over and down into the enclosure. Very reminiscent to me of the Jurassic World ones. But we have this small chain fence, and up on the top I want to use chains going across, since the fossils and archaeology ones can climb. But I'm not sure if they can get through the chains because I can fall through. So we're going to do these floorboards with like glass to kind of give it that extra layer of protection while it's still kind of that see-through, so it mostly looks like it's just the chains. And then over here on the Jurassic Reborn side, we are doing the fences, and I just realized that this is a 2-block center, I think. But we're going to ignore that. So we're going to do the fences and we're going to power them, and I think it's just going to look really cool. And I think the big challenge with this enclosure is going to be decorating. But I'm going to really quickly finish up these walls, and I will bring you back so that we can decorate. So I have finished the exterior of the enclosure, and let me just walk you through some of the blocks that I have been using. So most of these blocks are from Jurassic Reborn. We have these reinforced stone variants that are used for the main wall itself and for the stairs, and then we have the actual low security fence, which is a multi-block, and those are turned on and powered with a redstone signal at the base of the poles down there. And I put it inside just so like a visitor couldn't come and like just flick the fences on and off. And then up here we actually have the chains, which are vanilla, of course, and the panels with this mesh diamond chipped small diamond leaded glass from chipped in here, and I think it just looks like a really reinforced mesh fence above the whole thing to kind of prevent the velociraptors from jumping out. Now I have brainstormed a little bit for the interior. Oh wait, this small chain fence is from Fossils and Archaeology, and I thought it just made sense to use the fences from each mod on each side. But as I was saying, I have brainstormed the interior a bit and looked up where the velociraptors actually lived, because in Jurassic World they're always kind of displayed in like a jungle-like environment or in a snowy environment. However, they actually lived in a desert-like environment. So I've picked out a bunch of blocks that I think I can use to kind of decorate the inside of the enclosures. So obviously we have some sand, and I grabbed some brush that I feel like these torch flowers and pitcher plants can look like those very vibrant desert flowers. Some ferns, some dead bushes, some dirt. Like, obviously we're gonna need some water in here, so the areas in a desert are kind of oasis-like when they have water. So I'm thinking maybe we have like an oasis kind of like along this wall here with the water and maybe a little pond. And the rest is just kind of deserty, well, yeah, just like desert dunes. So I'm gonna go build that real quick. That took me way less time than I was expecting, and I absolutely love these interiors. So I sealed off the roof so it's completely full, or filled in, but down here we have our little employee access doors, and honestly, I just did a bunch of mangrove roots to look like dead trees and some desert dunes and mixed in some dirt, and super simple, but I think it's effective because deserts are super barren, and I kind of wish I had the like newer dead grass and stuff to sprinkle around, but for the most part I think it looks good. Obviously I couldn't use cactus or anything because that would kill our dinosaurs, which is something we'd like to preferably avoid. And then over here is just the bigger version of the one in there. I'm really happy with how it turned out. So let's head back to the lab and get all of our dinosaurs. No, I just got back to our lab and it looks like one of our cultivators failed. Oh, and we completely lost one of the Patchy's eggs. Oh. Is the failed thing still in here? Or is it dead? This slime comes from a Failure-saurus, but they burn in the sky, so I highly doubt it's still around here somewhere. Oh, that is not what I wanted to return to, because I completely left the Patchies in the cultivator and just forgot about them. Let's clean this mess up, I guess. Free slime. And we're down a cultivator. Oh no. Okay, well, we have one more Pachycephalosaurus, and I think that's good. 2 in the enclosure, 2 and 2. Oh, and I completely forgot about our quests. Let's see here. Fossils in Archeology. Oh, okay. So I might just have to make one more Pachycephalosaurus so that it actually counts for the quest. I had forgotten to do this check mark, so we weren't actually getting rewards. But we have some rewards from decorations and a bunch of seeds from the new agriculture seeds I got. So let's put that all away and get our velociraptors going. Let's see, where... Oh, we have 7. I think 7's going to be a little bit much. I'm going to do 4 in the smaller enclosure, and I think maybe 3, since they are pack creatures in the other enclosure. But I'm going to get these all set up and ready to go. And just like that, I hatched all of the eggs. Well, I cultivated them and did all the things before I technically hatched them in their enclosures. So I think we're gonna hatch the Jurassic Reborn velociraptors first. If we just come in here, just because they hatch instantaneously when I place them, and we're gonna have to wait for these velociraptors. So let's hope nothing goes wrong. I ended up doing 1 male, 1 female, and 1 random velociraptor. So we have 1 male and then 2 females. So let's hatch the male first. Oh, and it's tamed to us. How lovely. Let's hope the other 2 are, otherwise they're gonna kill each other. Good. Oh, beautiful. Okay, we have 3 beautiful velociraptors in there. Wait, I need to fill up. Aha. I'm gonna fill up their feeder just a little bit, just to... I do have dino metabolism turned off, but just for consistency's sake, I'm going to fill it up a little bit. Oh. Sweet velociraptor, I need to get out And you can't get out. Okay, let me just... Nobody leave. Perfect. And then we're gonna head over here, and as you know, the hatching process for Jurassic Reborn is, or for Fossils and Archaeology, is a little bit more involved. Let's head over here. So we have 4 velociraptor eggs. I have no clue what genders they are, but we're just gonna place all 4 down. And then we need to get some torches so that they're warm. And then now I have to wait. Let's see here. There's my Dinopedia. And I'm gonna try and stand right in the middle, so hopefully they all, when they do hatch, they're tame to me. And if not, I think I just have to feed them. And I am cooking up more steak at home. One of the seeds I made was the cow seed for mystical agriculture. So I get this weird leather looking stuff, and I can use it to craft any cow products. So I crafted up a bunch of raw beef that I'm currently smelting down in the base. But, oh, I can't wait. Oh, they're shaking! I love this little detail in the animations. It's just so fun. Which means they should be hatching any second now. Stop! Okay, that one's tamed. That one's tamed. That one's tamed. Oh, where's the last one? Is it you? Yes! Okay, they're all tamed. I'm gonna put the rest of this in the feeders so that they can start eating. But I will fill these up later all the way. Let's see what genders we have. Okay, so we have a female, a male, another female, and where did the last one go? And over here, another female. So that's 3 females and 1 male? Right? Female. Yeah, okay. 3 females and 1 males. As always, names are definitely needed in the comments. Oh my goodness. I love how cute they are when they're babies. So these velociraptors, in keeping with how velociraptors actually aren't that big, and they're feathered, which is crazy to me how we ended up with that version over there for the movies. Like, what were they doing? Hello. Are you enjoying swimming? I'm glad I added the water. I think this is probably the perfect size. And we can get some toys for them. I completely forgot about that. So let's go see them from outside. I want to do that. Okay, from up above, we can kind of see them. They're really small. Oh, the animations look so good. Major props to the animation team for Fossils and Archaeology. And then we have our little itty bitty movie velociraptors. They're so tiny. I do love the texture and like the thought of the velociraptor from the movies. No matter like how unrealistic, it's always gonna hold that like special place in my heart because I did grow up watching the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World movies. Oh, but let's get them some toys. I actually have a couple of ideas. Oh, and we need to hatch our Pachycephalosaurus. Our new one, at least. So we're gonna head down here. I love that I took the time to do this storage system and have it all connected. So let's see here. And fossils. I think I want to do a tethered log. Which one do I want? I think maybe the spruce one. Okay, that's not too bad. And then, as always, they need some of the balls to toss around. Ooh, what's a deserty color? I think like this green, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so that we can get 2. And of course, I'm out of slime, so we're just gonna do 1 for now. And then I can add more in between episodes, but hopefully these guys will actually play with their toys, unlike the Pachycephalosauruses. Because Petunia over there, she does not seem to care about her toys at all. So let's just go hop down in here, Mr. Wandering Trainer, and I'm just gonna kind of hope that nobody gets out. And I specifically built these tree things over here so that I could put like a log on them, and I hope that's not too high. They do seem to be playing and moving, so there's the ball. Let's see if they play with it at all. Oh, that one might be going for it. Maybe not. And as you can see, they can climb things. Oh, look, it's playing with it! That's so cute! Okay. Oh, the other thing I wanted to do, sorry, I am scatterbrained as usual, is supposedly if you put glowstone in the, like, framed blocks, it'll make them glow. Oh, that's just gonna be perfect. I was watching like a semi-old like Foxy No-Tail video, which I know, super random. And he was using this in his create world, and I was like, I have to try that. That's going to be an amazing way to hide some lights. Okay, there we go. I think that's plenty of lighting for the velociraptors. I'm pretty confident that they can defend themselves. So it kind of sounds like they're taking damage, but that could just be them running against the fences. Excuse me, zombie, how did you get in here? Oh, this bug hasn't been fixed yet. Yep, I forgot about that one. So we're just gonna hope that our velociraptors don't get out. I'm not too worried about these guys because I don't think they can actually climb walls. But with all of my yapping out of the way, let's head over to our Pachycephalosaurus enclosure and spawn our new little one in. And we're back over here. Not super far away, but it looks like our dinosaur Petunia is still doing good over here. Let's check in on her. Yeah, she's super happy, even at the ripe old age of 137. She's a little hungry, but the feeders still have plenty of food in them. Yes. Okay, so let's spawn in this little guy. Oh my goodness, the egg is so big compared to the velociraptor one. Oh, just like that it hatched. Oh my goodness. Okay, we have another female. I was kind of hoping for a male, but 2 females is fine as well. As always, I think I want to stick with like kind of the flower themed name for this Pachycephalosaurus, and I think I'm gonna name her Daisy, so I'm gonna go grab a name tag and officially name her. I think she just played with the scratching post, which is so cute. Oh my goodness, look at that eating animation. Stop, it's too cute. Okay, and the current way that I have been getting experience is just going and trading with my villagers, which we will hopefully change by the end of this episode. But it does mean I also have a decent amount of name tags. Do I have an anvil anywhere? I do. Hidden in the decorations, as always. So this is gonna be Daisy. Okay, there you go, Daisy. And Petunia, our 2 Pachycephalosauruses. Now, speaking of experience, it is time that we get a proper experience farm going. So I'm gonna go do a little research and find a decent XP farm that's not going to take me super long to build, and I'll be right back. So I've done a little bit of research, and it looks like the easiest way to create a experience farm with the mods I currently have is to modify our guardian farm, because I don't want to go to the end, and I don't feel like making just a generic mob farm, which was the other option. So we're going to head out to our guardian farm that we built in like episode 2, and it's way out here. And it also has our iron farm on top of it, which means I had to stop force loading the chunks because, what's it called? I literally got 10,000 iron blocks from it, from like all of the stuff that I was just doing in between episodes. So this area is no longer force loaded, but the farm design itself I believe is by ENX04, but the tutorial I am watching will be linked in the description. It is not from him, but we did build this guardian farm and it looks like it's going to be pretty easy to modify it for our needs. So I'm going to do that real quick and come back and try to explain it to you. I'm not the smartest when it comes to redstone, but let's just hope I get a working farm. And just like that, we have a guardian farm. So I ended up completely destroying the original one we had because this one had to be built down here. And it actually only took me a couple hours to build. It was really simple, just following the tutorial. And I don't have sweeping edge on my sword, but I get so many levels so quickly, and I think my ears just died. I do have to get some storage drawers hooked up for the collection system, but I can move that over from our old system in the Nether. But just like that, that's where I have to end this episode. I'm completely out of time for recording, and I'm sorry if this episode felt rushed. I only had like 2 days to record the entire thing from start to finish. So if you enjoyed it, please hit that like button, consider subscribing, but have a blessed rest of your day. Goodbye! Hello everyone, this is Alexandria and welcome to my channel. This episode is a little bit of an odd one because I started recording it right before I rebranded my channel from MystieGaming to This is Alexandria. So let me catch you up on everything I have done so far in this episode of Reborn Archeology. Today we are going to be filling out the very first of our Ice Age creatures down here, the Mammoth, and I am super excited to bring these back. I really don't remember what they look like from either mod, but we have 2 for fossils and archaeology, so we're going to do 2 for the Jurassic Reborn mod. Now, I believe if we hop down here that this is the Mammoth enclosure, so it is absolutely massive as it needs to be, and I actually hope that it's going to be big enough. Now, I'm going to go get them started in the lab and do some brainstorming for what we actually want to do with this enclosure. I have done a little bit of kind of messing around, and I think I have a pretty good palette going for the enclosure. And I realized that these 3 enclosures all have elephant-like prehistoric creatures. So we're actually going to do all 3 of them because I think they're going to have essentially the same, like, fence outline because, I mean, there's not all that much you can do with a fence and still keep it unique. But we are going to be using some dark oak logs for the pillars, some chiseled deep slate, some polished deep slate, and some regular deep slate. And the other 2 creatures are the Platybeladon, which has a very special place in my heart because if you watch my very first series on this channel ever, I was also creating a dinosaur zoo, and the Platybeladon was my very first prehistoric creature that I revived. And then this one over here is the Deinotherium, which just based off of its little DNA disc looked a lot like an elephant, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Either way, we are building all 3 enclosures, and I hope you enjoy a little montage of me building up these enclosure walls. And just like that, the walls for our first enclosure, the Mammoth enclosure, are up. I really like how they turned out. I used some of the chipped logs on the tops and bottoms of the pillars, and I think it turned out awesome. I'm glad I chose to do the deep slate, but essentially this palette is the actual build itself is really similar to our Pachycephalosaurus enclosure, but with kind of a different palette of blocks, and I think it works perfectly. I'm going to go and essentially do the same wall for the Platybeladon and the Deinotherium. I did say that right. Yes, I did. I might change up a few blocks, like I might do spruce instead of dark oak for one of them. Maybe the Platybeladon, since it's right next to the Mammoth enclosure. But after I get that done, we are going to come back together to work on the enclosure interiors. And just like that, we have our 2 other enclosure walls up. And I've also gathered the resources that I need to complete these interiors. And I am thinking that I want it to be, like, obviously Ice Age cold, and as you can see, it is currently winter right now because of the Serene Seasons mod. But this will all melt. So I'm thinking kind of a cold spruce biome vibes in here, so like podzol, coarse dirt, gravel, and then like obviously as we cycle through the seasons it'll still keep that, you know, cool to temperate biome look, or cold to cool biome look. And then when it cycles around to winter, which feels like all the time, we are going to have actual snow. So no snow always, but snow sometimes, which I think works great. So let's just get these interiors done. I have officially finished the Mammoth enclosure, and I wanted to check in with y'all before I started on the other 2 and show you what it looks like. So I think it looks super good, covered in snow, and that's actually the natural snow from Serene Seasons. And I just tried to kind of, lots of ferns, lots of grass, stone, podzol, gravel, a cute little stream, and these rock formations in the back to kind of go with the natural terrain. I think it turned out okay. There's definitely some areas of improvement. As you can see, this is the one with less snow, and it doesn't look as good. So I might see if I can, you know, manually go and place in some snow when the seasons change and this all melts, and see if it actually sticks around. But I'm gonna do a pretty similar thing in these 2 enclosures over here, and I will bring y'all back so that we can spawn in our dinosaurs. Now that you are all cut up, I have finished these ancient elephant enclosures. Yeah. In the Ice Age section, and I think they all turned out great. So let's spawn in our creatures, and we're gonna start with the Deinotherium because it's just gonna spawn in instantly. So, boom. Oh my goodness. That oh, stop! I love that color! Okay, they are huge. So we will have to see how big they actually get, and potentially we might have to expand the enclosure somewhere. I'll find a spot to expand it so that they have some more space. But oh my goodness, they look fully grown already. Okay, oh my goodness. Hold on, where's my paleo pad? What? Okay, so this one's the female. So they're herbivores. Okay, so they are an extinct relative of elephants and mammoths. So I was right. Completely, potentially wrong about their environment, but that's okay. This is Minecraft. But here's their like little description. You can pause the video and read it if you want to learn some more about them. Next, oh my goodness. Both of these mods are so cool. I know I say this every episode. Oh, the little, like, tusk animation. Trunk. That's a trunk. It's not a tusk. Oh, they look so good. Okay, we have more dinosaurs to spawn in, and I think I want to do the mammoths next. So let's do the Jurassic Reborn mammoths. Oh! I was not expecting it to... Oh, it spawns in the air! Okay, so we have an orange one and a white one, and they look like they might be smaller than the Dinotheriums. So the white one is the male. Okay. And here's the screen for the mammoths, though I think a lot of us know about the mammoths. I know I personally watched Ice Age as a kid and I just loved it. But we did get their environment mostly correct. Snowy tundra. I tried to make it look more interesting. And hopefully there should be some glowing things in the floors. I might have missed this half. But as you can see, these are glowing. That is because I hid framed blocks with, and then clicked them with glowstone around so that they would in fact grow. But oh my goodness. Let's get the other mammoth started. So FA is, or fossils in archaeology, is a little bit different in how the mammoths work. Or mammals. That's the word I was going for. So for the mammals, you do need a mother creature, and you right click the embryo on them, and then they are pregnant and they are going to give birth to the mammoth once this counter goes down. So I did bring 2 cows into here. I am sorry, cows, but you are now test subjects and are helping bring mammoths into the world. So let's take a second. Let's look at these. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, their tusks are so big. Holy schnot, they're huge. Do they have the little trunk animation too? Oh, they have blinking animations. I just saw this one blink. I'm gonna see real quick, and I'll bring you back when these guys have spawned in. Okay, this one is about to give birth. Oh, there's the little guy! Oh my goodness. Okay, I guess I should see if this is... Yes, this is a guy. I am the owner. We have a very happy mammoth. And, oh, this one is in the world now. This one's actually a female, and she's untamed. Oh, no, I think I missed my chance. I might have to wait to tame her until she's an adult. I'll have to see. Oh, and this mob can be sheared. How fascinating. This is the fossils and archaeology description of the mammoth, if you would like to pause and read it. It tends to be a little bit more paleo-accurate than the Jurassic Reborn one, just because this mod's whole thing is being paleo-accurate. But now we have our mammoths all nice and happy, and the very last creature we need to spawn in is the Platybeladon. So I'm gonna bring our cows over here, which should be pretty easy. Here's the other cow, and we're gonna grab our Platybeladon embryos. And I'm gonna fill up the feeders with some melons, because that seems to be a pretty good food for the herbivores while I wait. Okay, I'm the owner. Oh, perfect! Our Platybeladons! Oh my goodness! They're so cute! Okay, so we have a male, and we are naming him Henry after our very first dinosaur, and we have a female. So if you would like to name the female, please leave your suggestions in the comments. Oh my goodness, they're so cute. Ah! Okay, Henry, I'm gonna go grab him a name tag, and then I'm gonna go grab some toys as well. So I'll be right back. So we are back, and this is our male. So his name is Henry. And unfortunately, I was still out of some of the resources to craft the toy balls, but we have these scratching posts, and I think they're really gonna like those. I see them all the time in real zoos for the elephant enclosures. So I also made some for our cute little mammoths. Oh my gosh, that animation is so cute. I'm assuming it's their laying down animation. But I don't. The cows were doing this too. Like, they loved being up at this spot. So I don't know if that's just a Minecraft pathfinding bug or what, but oh my goodness, we have 3 whole enclosures built. Whew, that took me absolutely forever. But let's finish out with a little tour of what we have done so far. So the very first enclosure we built was the Pachycephalosauruses, and the ones from Jurassic Reborn have ice cream themed names. So we have Creamsicle and Rocky Road, and they are doing absolutely amazing. And over here for our fossils and archaeology ones, we have Daisy and Petunia. They are also doing great. Daisy, I think we spawned in this episode or last episode. I honestly can't remember at this point. And then our second enclosure was the Megalodon enclosure, which was absolutely massive, but I think it turned out so good. And our Megalodons are now fully grown and enjoying life. This is the Jurassic Reborn ones. Oh, they're so cool looking. And these are the fossils and archaeology ones, which are they're a little derpy sometimes, but I love them. They're so cute. Okay, I think their swimming needs a little bit of work, but they're cool looking. And then finally, up over here, we have the enclosure we built last episode, which is the velociraptor enclosure. And these guys are still really tiny. Our male velociraptor actually got out, and I came over here to check on them, and the male was just out and running. I had to put him back in. And then, of course, our fossils and archaeology ones are doing well, too. Oh yeah, there's all 4 of them in there. And then way back over here are the enclosures we did today. So I think we've made so much progress on this park in these last couple episodes. I'm really proud of the work that I've been able to do. And just for a reminder, we have our mammoth enclosure, which both mods had mammoths. And they are just out here chilling. They have a lot of growing to do, and they of course need names. Then we have our Platybeladon enclosure, and they're huddling in the corner. And I'm gonna set these cows free. They did great, but they can go be free now. And then finally, we have our Deinotheriums, which I love. I absolutely love the blue skin on this one. And this one is the this one's the male, the female's the blue one. So he looks cool too. Yeah. We'll see how big they get. I might need to expand the enclosure. So that is all the Minecraft content I have for y'all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and going forward I am going to be reading some scripture at the end of my videos. If you are leaving before that, I hope you have a great day, and if you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, do all the things, and thank you so much. But for those of you staying, today we are going to be reading John 3:16 through 17, which if you pay attention is in the description of every single one of my videos. And it reads, "For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life. For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but to save the world through him." And that's it. The edition I'm reading is the NIV edition, if you are curious, but I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and consider subscribing or leaving a comment, because many of our dinosaurs still need names. Now, at the end of every video, I read a Bible verse, so if you're heading out before then, I hope you have a blessed rest of your day. But today we are reading 2 Corinthians 3 through 4, which reads, Praise be to the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of compassion and the God of all comfort, who comforts us in all our troubles so that we can comfort those in any trouble, the comfort we ourselves receive from God. Now that's it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.